StarCraft fans! This is Falcon Paladin coming to you with yet another daily Legacy of the Void upload. This is a game between Sonu and Solar on Overgrowth, the latter edition. In the top right side of the map, we have the blue Zerg player. It is Solar! Been a while since we've seen this guy, but a great Zerg player. And in the bottom left side of the map, we have the red Zerg player. It is Sonu, who we have seen more recently on the channel. If you want to watch that game, I'll put a link in the top right. But yes, Sonu versus Solar here on Overgrowth. Very excited to have you here. I haven't cast a ZVZ in a while, so I figured I would for those of you who are fans of this matchup. And looking for tips from the pros on how to do this matchup if you are a Zerg. Both players joining up, looking like hatch first from each of them. Drone all the way out here for Solar and 300 minerals. Come on, go for it. Yeah, Sonu's is just a hair later. Solar got his out a little bit sooner than Sonu did, the timing a tiny bit off, and that can make a difference in this matchup. This is from, again, I am 2016. Let's see, I am 11/2016 Gyeonggi. I think I said that right. People linked me to like 3 different online dictionaries that showed pronunciation guides, and I think it's Gyeonggi, which is not that hard. Not hard to say, actually. I don't know what I was so stressing about previously. Anyway, extractor pool up from both of these players. We can see the production tab virtually identical, except for 3 workers for Sonu for some reason and 2 for Solar. This Solar may be saving up some money for something else, but who knows at this point. The builds are going to be pretty darn similar, no question about that. Both players are Soul Overlord scouting, taking similar paths up to the opposite corner of this map, recognizing it's a 2-player map. There is really nowhere else your opponent can be. Has anybody watched the OA? Have I talked about this on the channel yet? It's a Netflix original series called the OA. It is supernatural and pretty crazy, and it really kept my attention all through 8 episodes. I'd recommend it if you haven't watched it yet. I did finish it with my wife over the break after Christmas that we had. A lot of TV watching time available during those days, it turns out. Yeah, I can recommend it, I will say. If you enjoy things, I would say if you enjoy something like Lost, something with a lot of mystery in it and a lot of questions that need answering, I would maybe head over and check that out for sure. All right, so Sloverlord's moving on out here. Anybody going for a Roach Warren? Nope. No Roach Warren, just Queens, speed, couple Lings on the way as well. Worker count, Sonu's up by 2 workers. It is a huge lead on his opponent at this point. I mean, by huge, I mean not really. So Ling's moving out for Solar, not going to play defensive here. Third hatch up for Sonu already, and third hatch for Solar just a couple seconds behind. These players, again, are doing the exact same thing. And again, without really scouting either. This is just, what if your opponent won like 1 base Ling? How the heck would you hold that off? I don't know that you could. I mean, maybe some really good drone control, but either way, another player interested in going for the early attack, so this could turn into quite a macro game indeed. Lings for Solar, scout up the hatchery from Sonu. Sloverlord for Sonu, scouting out the hatchery from Solar on the other side of things. Extractor has 1 worker in it for Sonu. He's really droning up hard right now. I guess we knew that based on the 3rd hatchery. It doesn't make any sense, right, to go for a 3rd hatch and not have the workers to saturate it. So, whoa, Solar, 18 Lings in production, though. He is maybe not planning on saturating that 3rd base anytime soon. He might even cancel this for additional income. 16 Lings on the way with speed. Baneling nest getting started from Sonu. Did he see these Lings coming out? I think you can see these Lings coming out. There we go. Some Lings for Sonu. Run, run, just run from that battle. If you're going to lose all your Lings out in the middle of nowhere, don't do that. Scouting Ling for Solar in here as well. Does he scout the Baneling nest? It's right at the front, though. That is very pick-offable. Very pick-offable. Ling's here at the 3rd base for Sonu, trying to pick off a Queen. It's Ling on Ling action here. Who's going to win that? The Queen looks like she's going to fall. And it's going to be very close indeed, but no, the Queen does end up getting killed there, but Sonu looks like he won the battle as Solar did retreat after that Queen kill. It's that the Lings lost. 18 Lings lost for Solar, 12 lost for Sonu, and a Queen. Queens are big deal for macro. Look at Sonu immediately replacing the one that he lost. Solar heading all the way home, making some roaches, hopefully to defend against this counterattack by Sonu, but they're not here yet, it turns out. So some Lings are popping out of eggs, but wrong place, wrong time here at the 3rd base as Sonu has complete control over Solar's 3rd. Going to town on that hatchery. Defending Lings are here, though, and Sonu decides not to press his luck on that one. So it's a lot of Lings right now. Roaches in production for Solar. I think we saw those in the eggs. Yep, roaches on the way here, and it's going to be Ling Bane out of Sonu, which can be really good against Roach just because of the speed. I mean, Ling's pretty good when surrounding roaches, but Ling Baneling very good as well in situations if they can get around the roach. Attacking directly is not a great idea, as it turns out. So the roaches are heading back home to a more defensive position, recognizing there are Lings and there are Banes that could murder some stuff. Again, another scouting Ling for Solar, doing a great job with this scout. Yeah, I mean, Sonu hasn't even been inside Solar's main base with anything at this point. A lot of Lings coming up from Sonu. This is how this is going to work. The Ling aggression has flipped its head and is now on Sonu's side of the court. Going to get this hatch. Going for the... Oh, getting the queen. That is much more guaranteed damage. Getting the queen at the third base here for Sonu's Lings instead of the hatch would not have been able to get it. Picking off a couple drones as well. 3 of them are murdered, and that is how that works. Another small attack here by Solar at Sonu's third base. Man, they both start with S sounds. This is going to get confusing in my head. In my head. Slow Banelings waddling up for Sonu, but there are so many roaches here. Get out of there, Banelings. Get out of there. If you explode on roaches, you are wasted, and you get picked off from range by roaches as well. So maybe don't attack that direction. That is exactly what Sonu is doing, not attacking that direction. Roach Warren on the way from Sonu as well. Now, Zelna Watchtower is temporarily held by Sonu, the top rightish one, but nobody holding any of the towers right now. Overlords cannot hold them, as it turns out. You have to be on the ground to get that additional vision. Don't explode a Baneling on that Ling. Good heavens, no. All right, good. Good control by Sonu. Not exploding a Baneling on a single scouting Ling that Solar is sending south here. So there's a lot of positioning going on, a lot of feinting back and forth. The 2 main attack paths are just kind of being scattered out from time to time. Ling's going for it, getting a surround on these roaches. Here we go. Exploding the Banelings? No, the Banelings are waiting for Lings to come in. Nope, they're exploding now. Here we go. And now it's just absolute insanity. More roaches coming from the left side by Solar, though, but a lot of dead roach in the middle there. Lings trying to run on up here for Sonu's, threatening the natural base, threatening the third base. Banelings are still slow and still waddling here, trying to turn the tide of this battle. Oh, good juke there by Solar, only losing a couple drones to 4 Banelings. Absolutely fantastic play out of the Zerg player there, and heading away is Sonu. So good hold by Solar. Lost a bunch of roaches there, did lose, what, 6 roaches on the ground? Not something you want to do, but in the end was able to make it work. Thanks to the Lings, thanks to the roaches, thanks to the good micro there. The drones, man. The drones took that single hit from a Baneling and then juked back. And all of Sonu's Banelings exploded into nothingness right there. Lings for Sonu sneaking up along this left side. They could be turned into Banelings. Why don't you want speed Banelings is my question. If you're going this many Banes, invest in speed. It's just the reaction time Solar has to respond to them shrinks a lot once those guys are roly-polies instead of waddlers. Ling versus Ling action, everybody's favorite matchup. Speedling versus Speedling. So micro-intensive. And so, like, who's going to win this thing, right? Solar taking his 4th base at the gold on his side of the map. Sonu taking his 4th on the bottom right side, not at the gold, but further away from his opponent, Zerg here. More and more roaches coming in. Is this Heart of the Swarm or what? Why is it Ling Bang Roach? Why are we making Ravagers? Ravagers make this a little bit more of an exciting matchup, in my professional opinion. Glial Reconstitution on the way from Sonu and Solar. Both getting +1 missile attack as well. There we go. Ravagers. Ravagers on the way for, here we go, for Sonu. Sonu's making 4 of them. Oh, and a couple coming in for Solar too. All right, so they heard me. They heard me and said, you're right, Falcon, we should make some Ravagers. How about we do that for you? And I appreciate it, both of you, very, very much. All right, so Ling, Roach, Ravager for Solar in the north. Ling, Roach, Ravager, mostly Roach, Ravager for Sonu in the south. There are also these Lings hanging out here in the top left corner. I think they're waiting for the army to move out for Solar, and then they're going to sneak in to the third base and try to murder some things. I mean, there are some Lings for Solar hanging around protecting this third, looking for Lings that they can kill. Are they going to go up? Are they going to find it? No, they didn't find the sneaky Lings for Sonu at the very, very top left corner of this map. Solar's looking for him. He knows there might be something here, but he can't find them. Now is the time to go. Now is the time to go. And look, they're going. Woohoo! So the Lings coming in. They're going to try to take down this third base while the attack's happening here at the natural. But is there enough time to get that hatch? No. No, there is not. Good job splitting off some of his units here by Solar, defending that 4th base. Very nice. And a Ling run by into the main. Oh, by Solar into Sonu's main base here. Queen in a pretty good position to stay alive, actually. Not bad. Roach is here assisting as well. Hold position. Lings on the drones, getting a lot of drone kills. Good hold positioning there. Both players are losing workers, but it looks like Solar has lost more in the last couple of minutes here. Or Sonu, rather, has 6, 7... Are these Lings still here? Lings are finally gone. Army for Solar marching on in, but meeting a huge Roach army. Both players with the +1 missile attack. Good stutter step by Sonu, getting right up in front here, taking out the Ravagers. First of all, they are the most annoying units you have to deal with here. Amazing counterattack action by the red Zerg player and forcing Solar into a full retreat. Full retreat here, trying to come back into his 4th base. Ling run by Sonu up into the main, though. Oh, no, some roaches just popping out in time. Should be able to save this, though. Excellent job. Big attack. Again, Roach versus Ravager. Corrosive Biles are landing, dodging pretty well, considering how chaotic this is right now. Good concave by Sonu, but Defender's Advantage really benefiting Solar right now. All over the place, coming from the main base, coming from the natural base, coming from the third as well, and Sonu now forced to retreat. Both players making 12 roaches exactly right now. Muscular Augments coming in for Solar. Is Solar going for Hydralisks? Looks like he could. He's got the upgrade for it. Does he have any? No. I mean, the same thing is true as it was in Heart of the Swarm. So basically, Roach Hydra is good as long as the roaches are tanking for the Hydras. That's something that StarCraft taught me many years ago. If Hydras are tanking damage themselves versus other roaches, they will die. They will die very quickly. But if you have a nice Roach Ravager wall here in the front that is doing a lot of the tanking and just making sure the Hydras are not the ones getting hit, the Hydras behind can do a lot of work, a lot of damage against opposing roaches. They are DPS machines, but they are glass cannons, and they can die very quickly if not protected. Contaminate tossed down on this fourth hatchery. Solar not able to make drones here or get upgrades or anything for the next several seconds, which can, again, in these professional games, can be a huge stinking deal. Solar tossing down a Spine Crawler at his fourth base. He's worried. He's worried about that fourth. It's 68 to 63 Harvesters. Looks like Sonu's lost 7 and Solar's lost 8. So both players, again, this is a really, really even match thus far. I want to see, there we go, Hydra production for Solar coming out now here from the, there we go, from his main base. Looks like that's where they are hatching. And Aspire on the way for Sonu. So not going Hydra, probably going Muta instead, which really good against this composition. Turns out, because Ravagers have a really hard time hitting Mutalisks with Corrosive Bile. They're so fast and so dodgy, and Roaches can't shoot up at all. So Corrosive Bile hitting some Overlords running around. Both players losing Overlords here. Is it enough to supply block either of them? No, not yet. Oh, Solar saves that one with 20 hit points remaining. Roach hit squad by Sonu running around up here in the north base, getting chased away by Roach Defense Force. All right, so, oh, it's a Lurker Den for Solo. Oh, okay, all right. All right, I am interested to see what this Lurker Den is going to be. I mean, how effective the Lurkers will be. Obviously, the Lurker Den will be used for Lurkers because that's how it works. Overseer killed by Corrosive Bile by iAsonu. Out here in the middle of the map, some Changelings around as well. And again, the Changelings make themselves into Zerglings, which neither player is really making right now. So obviously, they're not going to be fooled by one. I still say Changelings should turn themselves into a unit that is part of the composition that they are coming to spy on. Like, is that hard? Would that be hard to do? Is that overpowered? I mean, I don't know. Let me know in the comments what you think about that one. So Roach Ravager coming to assault this gold base of Solars, but not really working out that well. So Hydra is mixed into the composition for Solar. Not really ahead, not really behind. Just kind of part of the Roach group here. Roach run by Sonu into the main base, getting chased by Roaches and Ravagers, though, into this main. Might get a Queen kill with their +2 attack, and they get it. And they get it. Both players with +2 attack. No armor whatsoever. No, actually, both players are getting +1 Carapace now, about the 13-minute mark. They're following some very specific guidelines, it seems like. +1 flyer attack on the way for Sonu. That is it. Yes, it is. A lot of spores on the way for Solar, recognizing that there are Mutas coming. How does he know there are Mutas coming? Did he scout this? He did scout it. Must have sent an Overseer in or a Changeling or something. So good scout. Fantastic scout. The worst feeling in the world is getting caught by surprise by like 40 Mutalisks in ZVZ. Okay, if that happens, you're just playing bad. But 13 are possible. 13 are possible out of Sonu. And that can really make your day bad. Another Roach attack by Sonu here at the main base, killing another Queen. Wow, Solar has lost 6 Queens so far. Again, they'll get cleaned up, but they did their damage. A lot more drones killed as well. Great focus firing by Sonu on that one. Workers lost 15 by Solar, 7 by the Sonu. Roach, Ravager, Hydra chasing down this small group of Sonus here. Corrosive Biles landing, getting a couple Ravagers there. Good Corrosive Bile. And the Corrosive Biles from Sonu are dodged ably by Solar. Another Roach hit by Sonu. Holy crap, dude. How are you doing this? How do you keep getting into this natural and main base area? Another Queen falls. More and more drones dying as well here. Up to 20 lost workers. 7 Queens lost by Solar. Sonu is playing this very well. Very well. But everything hinges, it turns out, on his Muta performance. How well do his Mutas perform in this situation is the question. Pathogen Glands and Infestors on the way. Infestor Hydra, good combination against Mutas. Roaches trying to come up this left side. Got maybe accidentally scouted. Yep, Solar. Hey guys, what's up? Where are you going? To my side of the map? I'm going to murder a few of you before you get there if you're okay with that. You're not too bad. That's the sound Ravagers make when they are excited about something. So here comes Solar coming down for a big old attack, but there are so many Mutas in the sky. Holy crap, the Mutalist count. 28 Mutas! The Roaches and Ravagers have to do as much damage as they can. 3 Hydras are not enough to deal with this many Mutalisks. And here it is. Roaches getting murdered, doing as much damage as they can. Some ground forces from iAsonu are here as well. But it looks like Solar just going to retreat. He doesn't have the answer to this many Mutalisks. He's got Roaches and Ravagers. They are terrible in this situation. He doesn't have that many Hydras. He's making 29, though. Oh, he might have enough here eventually, but so many dead Roaches. 192 to 157 total supply. Now, the trick about this is, yeah, Solar is way behind, but if he gets a nice fungal Hydra play on these Mutas, he's going to catch back up in no time. So continuing to fly around here, pick off what they can, pick off individual Hydras that are not part of the larger ball of Hydras. Sonu with a small Roach Ravager force here, trying to poke at the third base, but once again, superbly defended by Solar. Oh, there's the fungal! No, the fungal! Can they catch another one? No. Okay, the Mutas got fungal there. They almost got chain fungaled into oblivion, but instead only lost 18 of them. Ow, he's lost 18 Mutas? That's way more than I thought. He's got 21. He had 40 at one point. Spore Crawlers hitting the Mutas wherever they decide to go. Queen's getting shots up as well, just staying active. If you're going Muta, you gotta stay active with them. Let that tissue generation build on up while you're away for a little bit, then come back in at full strength and see what you can do. 4th base or 5th base by Solar here in the top left. Single Hydralisk defending a couple Spore Crawlers in great positions to prevent snipes. 3 Spore Crawlers, actually. I love the Spore Crawler usage by Solar. The Muta's trying to get out and actually losing a few of them to the Hydras and the Spores at that base. We got another Roach run by Sonu. Roaches here in the natural base, killing so many drones. Roaches here killing another Queen in the main base. What is going on? That is 9 Queens killed, 32 drones killed by Sonu. It's 63 to 45 Harvesters. But again, these Mutas can be picked out of the sky and murdered in a heartbeat. In a heartbeat. Finally, 4th base being directly assaulted by Sonu, but reinforcing Ravagers and Hydras here to defend it, and that does force Sonu to retreat. Are these Roaches in the main still doing stuff? Still doing stuff! Trying to kill what exactly? Trying to kill the Spore Crawlers, trying to kill defending units from Solar. More Roaches here at the 5th base from Solar. Gonna lose that hatch. Oh, and lose the hatch indeed. Sonu does have a 5th base of his own coming up just north of his main. But Roaches here at the 5th base of Solar finally get cleaned up. Roaches here in the natural base of Solar also get cleaned up. But it is 63 to 38 Harvesters. Sonu is playing extremely well right now. 22 Banelings on the way from Sonu. Oh, that's such a beautiful play. Banelings against Hydras is not good for Hydras. It is not a good thing. Recognizing forcing that many Hydras out of Solar and then transitioning to Baneling is a brutal move. 21 Hydras on the floor and speed Banelings are here. Recognizing what's up, Solar runs for it. Runs for it to the safety of his 3rd base here at the gold, and Sonu is forced to retreat here temporarily. Oh, Ling. Mutas, actually. I thought those were Zerglings. Mutas here at the natural base, just killing Overlords, actually supply blocking Solar right now. 141 out of 136, and you know what? Let's make it out of 128. Let's make it out of... Oh, there's the Parasitic Bomb. Split off. Split off. There we go. Finding the Parasitic Bombed Mutalisk. Splitting it off. The rest of the Mutas do manage to escape. Ground Army here for Sonu. Coming to threaten this gold base again. It is essentially mined out. So I don't know how effective that's going to be. Crowsabiles try to kill Lurkers that are defending here at the 3rd base, and they dodge. They manage to unburrow, dodge, and burrow again very quickly. Solar's reaction time is incredible. Solar is no longer supply blocked either, which is a nice job for him. He has his 5th base back up and running. 5th base by Sonu, functional as well, but it's 61 to 34 Harvesters. I don't know that Solar thinks he can... I mean, he can drone up right now. He doesn't feel safe to do so, and I don't know that I can blame him either, so... Here we go, Baneling's Roach Ravager here against this Hydra Roach composition. Baneling's trying to make connections on the Hydras, working to some extent there, but pretty good splits by Solar. Blinding Cloud being used as well on Sonu's army, but too mobile for that. Getting out of the Blinding Clouds very, very well, and that is it. That is the good game out of Solar. Solar is defeated, and Sonu is victorious. Woo! Incredible, incredible ZVZ. Again, I'm so sad a lot of you don't like mirror matchups because this just nonstop action, right? No one really sat back and did nothing for a couple minutes on end, forcing me to fill dead time. No, there were attacks, there were counterattacks, there were sneaks, there were major engagements, there were Mutalisks, there were Fungals, there were Vipers, there were Lurkers, Banelings, Hydras. Again, I love the play. The 2 things that won this game for Solar was forcing a bunch of Hydras, or for Sonu, was forcing a bunch of Hydras out of Solar, and then going Baneling on them, and then just the number of drones that he killed. He killed 48 drones, just a little Ling run-bys, little roach attacks, continued roach attacks, into the natural base and into the main base, and also taking down this 5th was a huge deal for Sonu as well. So fantastic job from the Chinese StarCraft 2 Zerg player. Well done by him. And that's going to be it from me. So this has been Falcon Paladin coming to you with yet another daily Legacy of the Void upload. Go ahead and hit that like button. Hit the subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, and Patreon, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.